In this video, I blow up sodium, make a fire extinguisher that can burn your house down, gave myself a chance to get jaw degenerations, and also 2 more experiments that you really shouldn't try at home. Hello, and welcome to the channel where I mostly make things explode. Oh, there's a really big chunk.
It was at this moment that he fucked up.
Just like that. This was a great idea. The sodium exploded and got on everything. But after a few minutes of cleaning this mess up, let's start the video. So I decided I'd go through these TikToks and test some of them myself. Maybe some of them won't be so bad?
Take some rubbing alcohol, put a little bit in the bottle there, and then give it a good shake and swirl around. And then this is what it should do. It creates a much more stronger vacuum effect.
If you don't put enough alcohol in there to make it slowly burn, you may accidentally end up making an explosive mixture where there's the correct amount of alcohol to oxygen, and it will just... Let's try this out, and hopefully we won't get too much of a big explosion, but I do want to get some kind of explosion. Let's see how that goes. Okay, so this experiment should be an easy one by the looks of it. Put just a little bit of ethanol in, just shake it. Okay, so I think maybe I need to be a bit faster with it. Okay, so I got it that time. That's not as exciting. The first TikTok was small, the second one was bigger, and then there's a bunch of TikToks out there of Whoosh bottles. Now, a Whoosh bottle is a very common demonstration shown in science classes, where you put a bit of ethanol inside the container, shake it around a bit, you stand back and light it. I couldn't get it to work very well because it's really hard to get the correct fuel to air ratio in this bottle, but eventually, I got it to work. Oh shit! Holy fuck, that is a lot of water. Now this bottle held together, but if there was a defect or small crack, or if it burned a bit faster before I dunked it in, it could have easily exploded glass shrapnel everywhere, which is exactly what happened in this Whoosh bottle demonstration. No one was hurt, but it does show the danger of getting this experiment wrong. And it's happened quite a few times. There are news stories of students getting burned by this experiment performed with their teachers. The Whoosh bottle experiment has also been promoted on TikTok in the past.
It's apparently all over TikTok. The dangerous experiment has severely injured at least one boy in East Haven, Connecticut.
We had a teenager last night try to replicate the experiment, and he ended up at Yale New Haven, and then he was transferred to the burn unit. And
in another case, set a student's face on fire. Now back to this experiment with the water. In the original TikTok, the guy had like a candle that was up above the water a bit, and then he just put it on top. If I did that with this giant container here, and it just happened to have an explosive mixture of ethanol to oxygen in the air, it would not have anywhere for the gases to go except down, which is through water, and it's a lot harder to push water out of the way than it is to push air out of the way. And so it would probably just detonate the glass jar. There's many examples of the Whoosh bottle experiment going wrong in classrooms that have students in them. I don't know why school teachers still show this experiment to students, and especially in the classroom, because there's quite a few things that can go wrong here. I mean, first of all, if you get the mixture wrong, like I've said before, it will just explode. But also, they do the experiment, but then before it goes out, they try to pour more in to get it to go again, just like that, and they end up getting their fuel source on fire, and then I guess they freak out or something and like splash it around and get everything on fire like that. And it just burns a lot of students, and so there's a lot of news stories out there showing this kind of thing happening. Now, I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to put that out. Oh, it's burning my table. That's not good. I don't like that. I set myself on fire a little bit too, it seems. But oh well, I didn't even notice it. Okay, I'm still alive. Now, what is the next life hack? Already starting off really fucking weird. That was it? Okay, they just face planted into a bowl of... It's not sand. I don't know what that is. Kinetic sand? I don't know what that is. So they then use molten tin, which I'm gonna have to find somehow because it's not something you can just easily buy from the store. Now before the experiment, I want to show you one of the possible dangers of pouring molten tin. If there's just a little bit of moisture in the mold, it can do this. So if you ever try this experiment, make sure to wear safety equipment. Imagine if that was in my face.
Yeah, no, it totally got the camera back here.
You see this, and then back here. How on earth does it reach that far? Got a huge splash over here. Imagine that stuck to your skin.
I'm just finding more and more of it everywhere. Oh no.
So I've decided to test this TikTok with 4 kilograms of kinetic sand in this glass container that looks just like the one in the TikTok. I chose this sand because it uses oil instead of water, so it shouldn't explode. Now, I don't like this weird slab coming out of the mouth of their face, and I think it would look way cooler if you could put the soap in its open mouth. So I made a mouth mold with this air dry clay that probably shouldn't be put in your mouth, and then I face planted into the sand. Many times. Because it just wasn't working, and so I had to push my face really uncomfortably hard. Eventually I got this cursed looking face in the sand, but my clay mouth mold collapsed, so I made another one. I tried this out for a week just to make sure it doesn't explode molten tin into my face, because I don't want to find myself in hospital after this experiment looking like this. We're going to be melting some tin, and unfortunately it doesn't fit the container. I'll get it in there, I'll just... There we go, that worked. Okay, let's make an indent of my face. It might have shrunk over the week actually when it dried out, so it might not even fit my mouth anymore.
That's got some details. Look at this.
The molten tin has all melted down. Look how reflective this is. Hi. You can see me now. And I have finished baking my mouthpiece in the oven for about 30 minutes to get rid of the saliva that I just added to it. Alright, let's go. Oh, where should I pour? I guess near the nose or the eyes. Oh. Keep that down, keep that down. Keep that down. Bubbling. The mouthpiece isn't working. It's bubbling too much. You feel it fizzling. See that?
That does not look like a person's face. I'm really curious what it looks like on the other side. It's gonna be cursed, whatever it is, though.
So it's been about an hour, and now it's cooled down. I can touch it. It's actually a bit warm still, but it's not bad. I guess it's time to lift this out. Oh, it's heavy. I can't see it. Is it good? Oh my god. The nose is so distorted. It's so bad. It looks like someone smashed their face into something.
I don't know, something cool.
I look like a Pompeii victim. It looks like a Slenderman face or something. I don't know what to think of that. I gotta open this area up so it can show the teeth that's behind it. Now after opening the mouth and cleaning the face, this is what I was left with. Yeah, does that look like me at all? I don't think it does. Nah, hold on, wait. I know what to do. Does it look like me? I think it might have. I don't know. That was weird. Okay, next life hack.
This is not magic. It's the power of science. Tear off the matchbook's rubbing paper. It burns and leaves a brown grease stain. Apply it to your fingers. A light rubbing produces white...
Okay, so of course we start off with rubbing white phosphorus between our fingers. A really poisonous chemical that causes phossy jaw if you have enough of it. So don't follow this TikTok a bunch of times. You'll probably be fine if you do it like once or twice, but over time, you probably will start to absorb some of that white phosphorus. It will get into your jaw bones and cause you to get something called phossy jaw, which is, I believe, not treatable. You will have to get that replaced or entirely removed. You will lose your jawbone. At least that's the risk here. So my advice would be to just don't do this TikTok. But I'm gonna try it anyway because why not? You just get a matchbox, take out the matches, cut it with some scissors. The only problem with this one is it's pretty dangerous because it's literally phosphorus. You just gotta burn it. Oh, it doesn't really want to sit down. Well, that's great. I don't exactly like phosphorus fumes in my face. Look at that. Now we have a nice residue of yellow shit. Okay, well, it doesn't feel good. It feels warm. Okay, so I've got it on my hand, and I've set this up so you can see it. Oh, you can see it. Look at that. Oh, that is so weird. You just gotta be careful that you don't set your fingers on fire, that's all. I love how I go to do the experiment and I'm no longer wearing the PPE and then I come back and it's just like magically here again.
This is the secret of the magician's empty...
This is the secret of the magician's empty hand. I hope magicians aren't using this. If you get too much of this stuff on your hand, it will probably combust or do something very bad, I imagine. Okay, this next life hack is weird. Let's watch it.
Okay, so I just saw this crazy thing online and I wanted to try it out for myself. It said if you put a battery in pure water, the water molecule is electronically neutral and not much happens. But if you mix some salt in the water, things are different. The salt dissolves in the water to leave behind positively charged sodium ions that migrate towards the negative tank and negatively charged chlorine ions that migrate towards the positive tank. After a couple of tries, I found the right mix and this happened.
Right. So after a couple tries, he found the right mix. There's no amount given, so if I don't get this correct and it doesn't work, there's a chance that I just didn't get the right amount maybe. It's a really dumb life hack, but maybe it works. Let's just give it a try. So I don't know why I'm even bothering to try this experiment, because clearly when you put a battery into salt water, nothing happens except electrolysis, which is basically going to ruin your battery and produce some hydrogen bubbles and some chlorine gas, which is poisonous. So it's not the best sort of idea, but I've put like about a teaspoon in here of salt. So if this doesn't work, then I guess I just didn't put the right amount in. Yeah, let's just see if this actually works. How did he do it? He did it slowly or something, didn't he? He tapped it and then did it, or... I don't know, nothing seems to be happening at the moment. And, oh. Okay, well something happened there. It's a bit of a different result than I expected from the TikTok. I think I may have summoned something. You can see it's just reversed footage where he's done a little spin, waited for the water to get into a fountain effect, and then cut that out of the video. So it's just recording the fountain of water like spinning really fast. As it starts to die down, he then puts the battery in, put it in reverse, and voila, it starts magically spinning up the water. It's really simple, but it seems so many people got fooled by this kind of thing, so yeah.
Add baking soda and a cup of white vinegar to the cup. Pour the resulting gas into an empty cup. This invisible gas was able to extinguish a burning candle. This is how a fire extinguisher works.
Okay. This is how a fire extinguisher works. Now, the reason this experiment puts out the fire is because bicarb soda, when mixed with vinegar, has a reaction where it produces carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is heavier than air, and they can pour that gas into the fire, which will put it out because it lacks oxygen. Saying that this is how a fire extinguisher works is a little bit simplified, I think. What they're trying to say is that carbon dioxide puts out fires. That is true. And there are types of fires that have different kinds of burning materials and therefore different ways to put them out. Only one of the types of fire extinguishers uses carbon dioxide. And if you have a fire that will not get put out by carbon dioxide, then you're screwed. And choosing the right type of fire extinguisher could make the difference between putting the fire out or burning your house down. I want to test this out and see if I can put out a fire with some carbon dioxide generated by the bicarb soda and vinegar reaction. Okay, so this life hack, how is that still burning? Okay, we have a fire to put out at least. We don't have an extinguisher, we have this because this is how fire extinguishers work, apparently. So we have some baking soda. That goes in first. I don't think they said how much. You just put baking soda in a cup. And then you put in some vinegar. Oh shit. Let those gas bubbles flow into the next cup over. And carbon dioxide being heavier than air, it should flow into the cup. Just like that. Okay, now hopefully this cup is full of carbon dioxide. It might put out the flames. I don't think it did anything. Oh no! That is not how a fire extinguisher works. One other test, to test if this does work as a life hack at all. Maybe I've got to be more fair for this. Let's see if this fire goes out. There's something wrong with this life hack, I think. Look, it went out. It was amazing. It went out. Great fire extinguisher trick. Just put it out with the water. Whoa, that is weird. This fire extinguisher isn't needed anymore. We only need a glass. Just put some baking soda into it. You pour the vinegar in like this, let it do that. So now this is full of carbon dioxide gas, which will be able to put out fires about that tiny. So it's all good. Your fire extinguisher is all ready now, and we're good. So what next do we have? Let's see.
Get a pair of pliers, crush the match head into powder, pour it into the lock hole that can't be opened, and then insert a match.
This is teaching us some theft, it seems. Very good ways to break into people's properties.
When the match burns into the lock hole, the lock is easily opened. Do you know why?
It doesn't look like...
Chewing gum wrapper into this shape.
I didn't see that lock open, and then it just ended up with, do you know why? No, I don't know why. I found another one that I put in here. So yeah, they just crushed a bunch of match heads again, put it into a lock, and...
It won't open. Stick a match in it.
Stuck a match into it, and they lit it up again.
Wait for the match to reach the hole.
Now, you see this one, it actually looks like the thing opens, but it's off frame. I showed this to one of my friends, and they just said, like, someone's probably just, like, off camera just yanking the lock open. I don't know what is going to happen, but we're gonna go and try that. So I guess I just gotta, like, destroy a bunch of these matches. Now, this is not what they did, but I figure if I'm gonna get it in the hole at all of the keyhole, I think I need it to be powdered up. So yeah, this is my lock that's just on the outside of the shed. It's been here for years and I've lost the keys. So hopefully this life hack will help me open up my lock. Oh yeah, it's going in. Is it lighting? Why isn't it lighting? Oh, okay, there's smoke coming out the base. It feels just the same as it did before. Nah. Oh, well that's a failed life hack. Well now I can't unlock it, ever, because there's junk in it now. And it's all charcoaly, and there's a bit of wood stuck in my lock. So now it's really stuck in there. So if I even find the keys, I can't even get this off. And that's all I've got for today. I might make a second one of these videos if I can find enough weird TikTok experiments. So if you have any interesting ones, you can send them to me on Twitter in the link down below. And thank you to all of my Patreon supporters for making this video possible. It's definitely been helping me with paying the bills. I hope you all liked this video, and please subscribe for more like this one.